Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to explain an aspect of the self-published fantasy blog-off known as the Senlin safety net. And I have put this video together with the help of the fantasy book critic and Mark Lawrence's blog, and I will leave relevant links in the description box down below. So the self-published fantasy blog-off exists to shine a light on self-published fantasy works, and we do this by gathering together 300 books, and while the judges are split into 10 teams, they may be individuals or groups, all we need to do is go through the books, pick our favourite and review our favourite as a finalist. Most of us end up reviewing a lot of our group and talking about nearly every book because we just love self-published fantasy. That's why we are doing this. It's all in our own free time. So the 300 books divided between 10 judges. There is an element of randomness to this. There's really no quick and easy way of doing it. There is a bit of shuffling around as judges who know authors don't take that book on to prevent any accusations of bias or favouritism. And as a new judge this year, I ended up with books added to my group because other judges knew the author. And while I've been reading quite a lot of self-published fantasy and science fiction through the years, I didn't have quite the same relationship with a lot of the authors as other judges have. So I have ended up with a very unbalanced group, shall we say. So sometimes a judge or a group will end up with more than one book that they consider just absolutely awesome. Back in the early days of the self-published fantasy blog-off, there was a book that was not put through as a finalist, but it was felt that this book really did deserve more attention, and this book is Senlin Ascends. So after 2016, a new option was available to each of the judges, where if they felt a book from their group deserved more attention, they could put it forward as a Senlin safety net. And what this means is the other groups could consider this book for their finalists if they went through all of their 30 books and felt as though they did not have anything that would be a good potential finalist. And this comes down again to the randomness of the selection of books. The main stipulation about this book though is that the book can only be pushed towards the other judges or groups from the group or judge that has the book themselves. It cannot be suggested by an outside party or requested or recommended in any way that a particular book not in your group can be used as a Senlin safety net. Since 2016, not including this year, only 6 books have been put forward, and 1 book out of those has been chosen by a group that did not have it in the first place, and that is We Ride the Storm by Devin Madsen. It is a tricky situation for a group to be in to determine that none of their 30 books are what they would consider finalist material, and then to disregard all 30 books and choose a book from another group that someone has put forward to go through as their finalist. But there is no expectation that any judge or group has to put forward a Senlin safety net. There is no expectation that this book will actually be chosen. And the judge or group that has chosen to take on the Senlin safety net has had no input on the fact that this book exists as a Senlin safety net at all. So what does this mean? As I said, I am a new judge and I ended up with we'll call it an overpowered group. I have in fact chosen a book as a Senlin safety net, and I have presented this book to the other judges. There is no expectation that this will be picked up, but the option is there. And I have chosen Wolf Eater by Anthony Mitchell, so this is in effective second place in my batch. I felt this was such a strong story with incredibly memorable characters and an incredible setting. I loved the world this book was set in. So that book is available to be chosen as a finalist if another group feels as though none of their 30 books are in a strong enough position to be a finalist. But as I said, it is not guaranteed to be chosen. I hope that clears things up about the Senlin safety net. I've seen this mentioned a few times, and I feel like Wolf Eater does deserve more attention because it is such a good book, and it is a standalone book, which is quite important, I think. So if you've got any other questions about what this means for the competition, or if there was some point that wasn't too clear that I mentioned, just ask a question down below. And as I said, I will be linking the blog posts that I used to put this video together. So thank you for watching, and I shall see you all soon.